My precious child, you've been living in a prison that has no walls. The door swung open years ago, but you're still sitting in the cell because you've grown accustomed to the confined space. You know every crack in the floor, every shadow on the wall, every echo of your own voice bouncing back at you. It's become familiar, safe even. But beloved, I didn't break those chains so you could stay in the same place wearing invisible shackles. I came to set the captives free, and today, I'm telling you, walk out. The door is open. It's been open. You just haven't believed it enough to stand up and leave. What's keeping you locked in a cell with no bars? Let me name them. The fear that you're not ready for freedom. The guilt that whispers you don't deserve it. The shame that convinced you this cage is where you belong. The anxiety about what exists beyond these familiar walls. The voice of the accuser reminding you of every reason you should stay imprisoned. My child, those are lies dressed up as facts. None of them have any power except the power you give them by believing them. I watch you negotiate with your captivity. You rearrange the furniture in your cell and call it progress. You decorate the walls and call it healing. You convince yourself that being comfortable in prison is the same as being free. But comfort in bondage is still bondage. I didn't design you for cages, no matter how well decorated. I created you for open skies, for wide spaces, for territories you haven't explored yet. There's a world outside that cell that's calling your name, and you can't reach it by making peace with limitation. Do you want to know what freedom actually looks like? It's making decisions without the approval of people who kept you small. It's pursuing dreams without permission from those who couldn't see your potential. It's speaking truth without fear of rejection. It's loving without the terror of abandonment. It's failing without defining yourself by the failure. It's succeeding without guilt for outgrowing your starting point. It's living authentically instead of performing for acceptance. That's the freedom I purchased for you, and it's waiting just beyond the open door. But here's what you need to know about leaving prison. The hardest part isn't escaping, it's believing you deserve to be free. The enemy doesn't need to keep you locked up anymore. He just needs to keep you convinced that you're supposed to be there. He whispers that freedom is for other people. People who didn't mess up like you did. People who have their lives together. People who earned their liberation. Lies. All lies. Freedom isn't earned. Freedom is received. And I'm offering it to you right now with both hands extended. There's a life beyond those prison walls that's so expansive, so full of color and possibility, that staying another day in that cell would be tragic. Jobs that align with your gifts instead of just paying bills. Relationships that energize you instead of draining you. Peace that doesn't depend on controlling every outcome. Joy that isn't conditional on circumstances cooperating. Purpose that makes you wake up excited instead of exhausted. Health that flows through your body. Creativity that pours out of you. This isn't fantasy. This is what I have prepared for those who walk through the open door. I need you to do something brave today. Stand up, look at that open door, take one step toward it, then another, then another. Yes, your legs feel weak because you haven't used them in so long. Yes, the light outside seems too bright because you've been in darkness. Yes, it's terrifying because it's unfamiliar. But I'm standing right outside that door, and I'm calling you forward. You're not walking into the unknown. You're walking into my arms. And when you finally cross that threshold, you're going to wonder why you waited so long. When you taste this freedom, when you breathe air that isn't recycled prison oxygen, when you discover what life feels like without walls, share this message with 20 people who are still sitting in cells with open doors. Tell them their God has already unlocked their chains. Remind them that freedom is theirs for the taking. Subscribe to this channel because the journey of freedom will require constant reminders that you never have to go back to that cell again. My beloved child, stand up now. Walk toward the light. Step through that door. Your prison sentence is over. It's been over. Now live like it. I'm waiting for you on the other side with everything you've been longing for. Come, be free. Amen.